What if this doesn't work out? One of the most anxiety-inducing questions that you can ask yourself is, what if this doesn't work out? It leads to a bunch of fear. It leads to a lot of what if scenarios, thinking thoughts that are only painful to think. And so here is how I get through that. This video is brought to you by Email 10K. Learn how to book meetings with billion-dollar brands and take your company to the next level at email10k.com. I won't start my business because what if I get fired? What if my boss finds out and I get fired? Or what if I quit to start my business and then I'm poor? What's gonna happen? What if I send these cold emails and then the clients do close and I can't deliver for them? What's gonna happen? Oh no. We all think things like this from time to time, and it's not worth pretending like it doesn't happen, because this is a real mental struggle that a lot of us deal with. You feel like you're not good enough. You feel like you're powerless to do this stuff, and you're trapped by these thoughts like, what if it doesn't work out? How do I deal with these what if questions? Like, what if it doesn't work out? Well, I don't. You can strategize and try to think 5 moves ahead, etc. Like, what if he does this? I'll do this. What if he does this? I'll do this. But if it's turning into anxiety for you and slowing you down, you can remove that entirely and focus only on what is happening right now. So instead of thinking something like, if I launch this amazing offer and then my competitors find out about it and they steal the offer, then I'm left with nothing. You can instead think about, how can I create the greatest offer of all time? Then if a competitor does steal it later down the line, you can think about, all right, my competitor stole my offer. What can I do? That's it. First of all, I don't think a competitor can steal your offer. I think your company's gonna stand on its own, but that's a whole nother video. What we're talking about here is what ifs, because it's a common issue with our students. One of the first things we do in Email 10K is force people to get out of their comfort zone and make a couple cold calls. And one of the biggest blockers for students, where they'll log out of the course and never log back in, is that section right at the beginning, because students come up with all sorts of what if scenarios. What if he asks this? Or what if I ask that? Or what if I'm laughed out of the room? What if? Get out of here. There's too much of that. Because what I find consistently is if the student makes the cold calls, one, they're gonna get results on the first or second call, which is a massive confidence boost. But all of their what if questions are answered in the moment on the call. I could go through an entire tree of if they say this, then say this, if they say this, then say this. But I believe in not bogging people down with information they're not gonna use. All of that in the tree would be more useful once they make the first call, because half of that information is going to be unneeded. They're not even going to want to look at it. Because I could write a 40,000 word book telling you every scenario, and I think there's strong demand for it. That's why most business books exist, right? An entrepreneur is going to tell you his story and you read it because it's interesting to you, and yet where's your business? You never start your business. Even though you love all these entrepreneurs, you love this story and you want it for your life, but where's your business? And it's because you're reading through all these what if scenarios and it's just freaking you out when you really need to go out there, send a couple emails and close a deal. You could read 5,000 books on sales, have millions of questions that you one day ask your mentor if you could sit down with him for 10 minutes over coffee. Or you could take one sales call and all of a sudden that list of questions will become completely irrelevant. You might still have questions for your mentor, but they're not going to be those questions. What if X, what if this thing happens, is a trap that is stopping you from moving forward. What if this doesn't work out? I'll try something else. What if I go broke? I'll get a job. I can tell you a million what if scenarios that might happen. Are any of them happening right this second? No. Right this second, I'm just getting super hyped up talking to you right now. And if they are, if bad things are happening to you, push through it. I hope you get through it. And strategize just for that specific thing. But you don't need to be thinking worst case scenario 5 or 6 moves ahead like that. You just need to stay in the moment until you have the momentum built that you can think a little bit ahead. But just stay looking at where you are right now. You don't need to look miles and miles ahead, because as you take action, you'll see, especially early on, that whatever you thought was 10 miles ahead of you is actually not there, and it's something completely different. The cure for worrying is taking action. So stop worrying, start taking action. Use your worry as the impetus to take action. Meaning, if you're having a lot of like, what if this happens? What if I'm successful? Everyone's gonna hate me. Those kind of thoughts. Keep moving in that direction and keep taking action, and do not listen to those thoughts inside your head. All of those what ifs, all that worrying will go away once you start working hard. You won't even have time to think about what if everything goes wrong because everything's gonna be going so right. And if you still think the what if everything fails, etc., that means you don't have enough revenue coming in and you need to work harder. Book more meetings, follow the email 10K process, etc. Like knock this out so then you don't have any more anxiety around being homeless and you can start having anxiety around other things. This video is brought to you by Email 10K. Hey, are you still thinking about investing in Facebook or Google ads to grow your business? Well, I just did, and it took me $10,000 to break even. So unless you have that to drop before you see any results at all, I highly recommend you look into cold email because it's a better and cheaper way to kickstart your business. And honestly, I wish I would have invested the 10K in cold email. I would have seen a much bigger return and have in the past. Hop in Email 10K and watch the free presentation. Thanks for watching the video. Smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment down below. What did you think of this video? Did it inspire you? Are you ready to go? Can you do it already? Come on. And subscribe to this channel for more content like this. We do videos 3 times a week. You can also check out all of our past content. Thanks for watching. I'm Alex Berman.